Larson is the NASCAR equivalent of Maverick from Top Gun because he is not afraid to push the issue behind the wheel like Maverick does when he is piloting an aircraft at well over 200 miles an hour. In 2023, Larson has shown why he is a generational talent, doing well not only in the sprint cars, but also in the NASCAR Cup Series. His 2 wins in the regular season were Richmond as well as Martinsville. And Martinsville is an interesting one because Larson used to suck at this place, but like many great drivers, Larson rose to the occasion and got better at his craft at the paperclip. However, a lot like Maverick, Larson tends to make the same mistakes over and over and over again. Larson has an astounding amount of DNFs this year, some of which are his fault. However, you can argue that Larson has let drivers like Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain live in his head rent-free, kind of like how Kyle Larson lives in Chase Elliott's head rent-free. This not only made Kyle Larson seem like a bit of a non-playable character, but I believe it also messed with his rhythm in the season. But Kyle Larson once again has shown why he is a generational talent, going out there and winning the Southern 500, a crown jewel victory. And like they say, momentum is like a snowball effect. Things got better and better and better to where Kyle Larson at Las Vegas was able to avenge his loss in the spring by going out there and clinching a spot in the championship for his second appearance in 3 years. If Kyle Larson can win the 2023 championship, this would not only show that he is the top dog at Hendrick Motorsports. Whenever you walk into the shop and see the trophy cases of all 4 drivers, you're not going to see Hack Wins, Most Popular Driver Awards, and a championship that's collecting dust on Kyle Larson's mantle. His trophy case is going to be a diverse set, whether it is trophies from super speedways, intermediates, or short tracks, crown jewel victories like the Coca-Cola 600, as well as now the Southern 500, and 2 Bill France Cups. Not only that, but Kyle Larson can solidify that he is the greatest driver of the 2020s, like Jeff Gordon arguably was in the 1990s, Jimmy Johnson in the 2000s to early 2010s. Kyle Larson can go out there and prove that he is the maverick of racing, the once-in-a-generation guy that can win no matter what circumstance is thrown his way. The last 2 years for Christopher Bell reminds me of Clint Boyer's 2007 to 2008, minus his going back down to the Xfinity Series to try to repair that broken rung on his ladder. For a good chunk of the regular season, Christopher Bell was in the mix to win the regular season championship before some mediocre races at Charlotte, Gateway, and Chicago took them out of that mix. Things were looking a bit streaky for this group entering the postseason. I'll be honest, I had Christopher Bell getting eliminated in the round of 16. But the thing that has really helped this team is the fact that Christopher Bell is the new Ryan Newman. 7 poles this season, including 3 straight poles to begin the playoffs. This was exactly the thing that this group needed because now they were up front, leading laps. Plus, like mentioned with Kyle Larson, it's a snowball effect. When you have 1 or 2 solid finishes, the momentum starts to build and build and build until we get to Homestead, Miami. The week before, Christopher Bell was heartbroken. He was a lap away from clinching his spot back into the NASCAR championship. This group seemed down and out until a timely caution. That was before Kyle Larson was like, you know what, I'm going to repay the favor, Christopher Bell. I'm going to make a completely bonehead move that's going to throw out the caution and help you guys on strategy. You good with that? Christopher Bell on the final restart would take the lead from William Byron, and for the second year in a row, the number 20 with young driver Christopher Bell, crew chief Adam Stevens, they yet again shook up the JGR norm. For the second year in a row, Christopher Bell is in the championship 4, which is impressive because Martin Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin, they haven't even made it as far as Christopher Bell. This is starting to become Christopher Bell's team. And if he goes out there and wins the championship, it's not only going to be agonizing for Denny Hamlin, who's had to wait 18 years and is still waiting to get his time in the sun. But like Kyle Larson in 2021, it's going to solidify that Christopher Bell can be a jack-of-all-trades racer, whether it's winning the Chili Bowl or winning the NASCAR Championship. Plus, for Joe Gibbs Racing and Toyota, this would end an agonizing 3-year stretch of not winning the championship. This team has a lot of expectations to go out there and win every single year. A Christopher Bell championship would be an intriguing end to this Joe Gibbs Racing drop. So as I was driving by a Halloween parade for all the elementary kids, I noticed a lot of them were dressed up as Ryan Blaney, because for the better part of the regular season, he was a ghost. But the thing about Ryan Blaney is that he goes under the radar, and then he'll have that one spectacular moment that kind of numbs the Ryan Blaney criticism and makes you think this is finally it. The Coca-Cola 600 this year made Ryan Blaney fans believe that he was back, and for 2 races, Ryan Blaney looked like he was now the championship favorite, because in addition to that, he was up front for a majority of the day at Gateway, but lo and behold, he became a ghost yet again, only to strike back in the NASCAR playoffs, because in quintessential Ryan Blaney fashion, he magically reappeared at Talladega and managed to steal a victory from Kevin Harvick in a spectacular nail-biting finish. As for the round of 8, this is where we expected Ryan Blaney to just slowly vanish until next season, where we talk about how this has to be the year for Ryan Blaney, and is he ever going to make the championship 4? Oddly enough, Ryan Blaney would make his presence known, going out there and running well at Homestead. Had the best long run car, but just ran out of time. Martinsville would be the race that would change everything for Ryan Blaney. He would go out there, hunt down Eric Almirola to take the lead, and finally, after so many years of round of 8 frustrations, Ryan Blaney showed up and advanced to the championship 4. On Sunday, Ryan Blaney has the potential to show that there is a new top of the rung at Team Penske, and it is Ryan Blaney. If he can go out there and win that championship, which he has a lot of momentum. Remember, last year, he was tracking down Joey Logano, but likely he was playing the good teammate card and made sure that the 22 in 22 included a victory to cap it all off. Ryan Blaney has the opportunity to not only get revenge for last year, but with a victory, he can solidify that he isn't a ghost. He is someone that is going to show up and be a contender year in and year out. So I know a lot of people say that history doesn't repeat itself, but as you're seeing in 2023, it does rhyme. In NASCAR's anniversary season, we have seen the 24 be the class of the field. William Byron was a driver that started his career on a computer. I don't think we need to talk and delve into that. But when you have the number 24 on your side door, you are expected to win races and win championships like Jeff Gordon did many years back. And a lot of NASCAR fans were disappointed when he would go out there in 2020, 2021, and 2022 and not share the same success as his teammates. 2023 has been the anomaly to that. William Byron came into this season with a lot more prep work thanks to Rudy Fugle working the holidays to make sure that they had a better season. And instantly we saw William Byron develop into the driver we all thought he could be. Taking the victory at Las Vegas, Phoenix, Darlington, Atlanta, Watkins Glen, and Texas, a wide, diverse set of racetracks. Those 6 wins are the most for the 24 car since Jeff Gordon in 2007. However, William Byron is looking to avoid that heartbreak. Last week, William Byron avoided it by toughing it out, as Rudy Fugle told him when they were running well back in the teens. The hard part is out of the way, and now William Byron can focus all of his energy into winning Phoenix like he did in the spring. A championship for William Byron would not only be the first for the 24 car in 22 years. That's incredible to think as a Jeff Gordon fan, considering how many times he came up so close. 2014 still stings for me. But it's also going to show that Rick Hendrick wasn't completely insane by signing some kid that did well on a computer to a prospect deal all the way back in 2016. Winning this title opens up two doors. It opens the possibilities for William Byron going forward to be one of the best drivers in the NASCAR Cup Series, as well as star in an iRacing spin-off of Gran Turismo, the movie. 35 races has led to this. We have 4 drivers, 4 unique stories. This is, in fact, the youngest championship as none of the drivers have raced longer than 10 years. 3 of those drivers are going to be fighting for their first NASCAR Cup Series championship, and so now it is time to predict who is going to hoist the Bill France Cup. They say experience is the thing that is the ultimate teacher. You learn so much value if you've done it before, and so because of that, I am going to choose the 2018 Irwin Tools Cup Series champion to win the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series championship. Ryan Blaney has been a ghost for a majority of the season, but now he finally has the momentum, and he's coming to a racetrack where he nearly won in 2022 as well as spring of 2023. That's why I think Ryan Blaney is going to complete the weirdest iconic season in NASCAR history when he wins on Sunday to become the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion. So if you guys enjoyed that video, here are the other 3 spotters guides, and next up is the season finale for NRF Productions. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that one, but other than that, this is Nathan for Digital Gas House. Life's a beach, and then you drive.